Hey YouTube, this is Violet. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I am putting out a video I am very excited about. I ordered some batteries for my collection of iPod minis that I picked up from eBay earlier this year. And oh my goodness, the batteries are here and it is time to see if I can still know how to change a battery on an iPod mini. Here's a quick overview of the iPod mini. It was released in February 2004, making it a 14-year-old piece of technology. It had 2 generations and was frequently sold out at retailers throughout its run. The original colors were gold, silver, blue, pink, and green. The second generation dropped the gold color, making it very rare, and the colors were brightened up and made more vibrant for that second release. This was a wow device. You could put all your songs in your pocket, and it doesn't seem like a very expensive device back when it retailed $249 and $319. Maybe at the time it was very expensive, but now that we have iPhones over $1,000. The iPod mini is an exciting device because the components can be replaced and upgraded. This means you can extend the storage capacity as high as you like with the use of a compact flash card. The batteries are not difficult to replace and pretty easy to find on Amazon. I picked up mine for $5.98 Canadian. Not bad. On with the tutorial. Step 1, you need to find your replacement battery. So I always like to look for my stuff on eBay or Amazon in this case. And the great thing is you can crowdsource what works and what doesn't by reading your Amazon reviews. This was pretty well reviewed on Amazon. I didn't see any reason not to order it. And for $5.98, it seemed like a risk worth taking. Alright, step 2, you're going to want to check for warnings and instructions on the package because you don't want to inadvertently make something dangerous with a leaking battery. That's not a good idea. Don't do that. Instead, I recommend you read the package and check the battery condition to make sure everything looks good. As you can see, this iPod will turn on. It still turns on. There's nothing wrong with the hard drive or the motherboard or anything like that. It is actually just a battery issue, which is pretty easy to fix. All you have to do is keep watching and you'll see what I do. Step 3 is pretty fun. And by pretty fun, I mean quite tedious. You have to take the plastic parts off. Now these screwdrivers aren't too bad to do that with, but be very, very careful because you'll inevitably scratch and mess up the casing a little bit if you're not very careful. And then when you go to put the plastic bits back in, they may not fit properly. So be very, very careful taking out the plastic parts. You can see the plastic on my iPod here actually looks pretty clean. When I got it from eBay, it didn't look so clean, but what I did was use a magic eraser on all of my iPods and I managed to buff out the very worst scratches, nicks, discolorations, and general gumminess of 14-year-old pieces of technology. So as you can see the bottom one, it's not giving me too much grief. I'm just very gently taking my screwdriver all the way around and poof, it's off. Beautiful. Life is good. Now, when you take off the top part, make sure the hold switch is not locked in because when you take it off, you don't want to break your hold switch because that could cause you some problems. So make sure your hold switch is not toggled on, it is toggled off. It's not orange, it is gray, and then you're good. This is going to take a while. As you can see, it's very, very annoying. You have to go all the way around the casing and be so careful because, like I said, you don't want to damage the casing and it can be quite the tedious process. Here we go. Just moving right along. Looks pretty good. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. So I think this is a wonderful kind of STEM project for any young people in your life that want to get into the sciences and technology and do relatively safe computer playing components with. You get to see what the parts look like on the inside, what tiny little connectors look like, what wires look like, what little computers look like, and how to replace parts. Now, the world is changing fast. Okay, number 4, we're going to take out the screws. That's not hard. I believe there's 2 screws you have to take out. And you have a screwdriver, so life is good. I think that you're going to be just fine doing this. They're not usually super tight either. Anyways, what I was saying is this is such a great project. If you have any budding technologists, scientists, kiddos in your house that want to play with computers, just make sure you always wash your hands after you are done with something like this. Or wear gloves, even better. But there's nothing in here that's too scary. You got some tiny screws, and because this is such an old piece of technology, 14 years old, I don't think there's any harm in taking it apart and breaking it. But as you can see, I have quite a few, so it's okay if I break one. I've got a backup. There you go. Screws off, casing off. Life is good. We are laughing. This is so much fun. Look at this. Just taking out screws. Life is good. Okay, this part is actually kind of tricky, and if you're a child, I would actually recommend you get a parent to help you. You need to take the metal cover from the bottom off, and that is wedged in there. There's some very well-defined ridges within the casing that it is clicked into. So you actually have to bend it just enough, the casing at the bottom, so it kind of springs off. Now, in this case, I was careful enough that it just came out easily, but sometimes if you are a little bit rough, it actually pops up and will go flying across the room. So just be careful, because this particular part is a little bit spring-loaded and you don't want to hit someone with it. That wouldn't be good. No way, no how. All right, step 6. Now, you can see me fussing here a little bit. What is important in step 6 is that you unplug the click wheel. I've actually destroyed a click wheel on one of my iPod minis in the past because I didn't unplug the click wheel, and then when you go to push the computer out of the casing, you break it. So just unplug your click wheels. And now we are going to separate the internals from the casing. This is so much fun. You just give it a little push, a little wiggle. It is actually very well placed, very elegantly designed within the casing on, again, a ridge. So you can see the ridge inside the Mini, and you just want to slide, is it what, the motherboard, the screen, that whole panel, just slide it along the ridge, and it's going to come out for you pretty nicely. Now, I'm trying to use the flathead screwdriver so I don't damage anything. Yeah, that came out faster than I expected, but look, we got it. Life is good. We are laughing. We have an iPod mini. Ta-da! Okay, now we have to take out the old battery and line up the new battery. So before I would take out the old battery, I'm going to get the new one and make sure it is oriented correctly. So when I go to put it in, I am not putting it in upside down or backwards, because then I'm going to have some difficulty putting everything back together again. So taking out the old one requires a little bit of wiggling and maneuvering. Again, I'm so glad I've got this screwdriver here because it is important. I'm not going to rip or break anything. I can very gently coax the connector out of the, just take it apart. It's great. It's fun. Can't you see? We're having fun here. Taking apart computers is fun. Or iPods. I guess it's not really a computer. Ta-da! Goodbye, old battery. You did so great. Plugging in the new battery. It's all lined up and ready to go. So you're just going to get that fresh new connector, and you're going to stick it in, and it's going to click. Just be very careful, though. You don't want to break anything. Hey, we did it! Double thumbs up! All right, step 10. You're going to reverse the steps and put the Mini back together again. So I'm lining up the motherboard along the ridges that I used to slide it out. Just going to push, wiggle, 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 and it goes. As you can see, it's already like, hey, there's a new battery in here. Awesome! Just pushing it in. No big deal, no big deal. We're having a great time. Yep, we're in. Okay, I'm going to push it in really good because, again, we want the plastic casings to fit back on. And the middle ones too. No big deal. Screwing the screws back in because we want things to be nice and tight and in place. All right, that's it. You see, I put it back together again. No big deal, right? Right? I love iPods and iPod minis. Especially, I was very happy to have come across this great collection on eBay, and all of them needed new battery replacements, so I thought that might be kind of a fun thing to do on my channel. So if you haven't already, please give this video a great big like. Don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe, and let me know what you think of iPod minis, and if you think it's a complete waste of time to upgrade such old technology, or if you also like the idea of maintaining and keeping old things good as long as you can. And to all those people in my family that are getting refurbished iPod minis for Christmas, you're welcome.